It's Friday, October 11th, and it's time for your weekly recap. Really quick, I want to say thank you to everyone who participated in the mystery gift giveaway. You guys are awesome, and I hope you're enjoying your mystery gifts, as well as the 5% discount you got. Pretty cool. To find out what we're giving away this week, keep watching right here on the weekly recap. Zach from Facebook, Chris, what was one of your first ever card trick you learned, or what was one that you remember when you first started out? I think the first card trick I ever learned was that one that everybody learns, where the card is put back into the deck and put behind your back, and when you fan through it, it's turned face up. CamCav98, do you think people are turned off by card tricks? Thanks, smiley face. I think people have been overexposed to bad card tricks. So if your card tricks are good and you're structuring them in a way that is entertaining, then they aren't going to get turned off by the card tricks after they see just one. So you want to make sure that just one, that first one you show them, is hard-hitting, good magic. Okay, as you guys probably know, my new trick, Antac 2, came out this week. So these are shipping out, and they're fantastic, and you should totally have one. And we have some left over. We had decided that the first 100 were going to be signed and numbered, and there are a few left of these, so get your order in right now to get a signed copy of Antac 2, signed and numbered, first run, by me, the creator, Chris Ballinger. Dallin from Facebook, when doing signed card tricks, how long do you keep a deck in use until you start a new deck? I usually go through, in a walk-around setting, a deck an hour. Ask Me 100 from the Magic Geek blog says, hey Chris, when I do card magic, my hands are either too small or they figure out how do stuff during the trick. Any advice for either situations? I'm going to refer you to the Ultimate Self-Working Card Magic series. I think that those are fantastic tricks. You don't need big hands to do them, and trying to restructure those or reconstruct those for an audience afterward, it's just impossible. They are fantastic tricks, multiple levels of deception, so I would check that out, and I think it's going to be right up your alley. Goujon from Facebook, what do you recommend, the Brainwave deck or the Invincible deck? I like the Fly. Did you see that? Yeah, it was after me. I tend to stick with the classic Invisible deck over the Brainwave deck, not because I think it's that much better of a trick. I think that they both have their strengths and weaknesses. I think the Invisible deck has a lot more variations available to it. If you check out DVDs like Handpicked Astonishments, the Invisible deck, you're going to find a whole bunch of really cool things that you could do with an Invisible deck, which won't work with a Brainwave deck. Jackson from YouTube, hey Chris, what is your favorite card force, and what are some good DVDs/books on card forces? My personal favorite is the classic force. I like it mainly because it's so satisfying when you do it. Because it looks so fair and it feels fair, and yet you're being sneaky. So that's my favorite to use. Some really good resources on card forces are the Handpicked Forces, Card Forces by Paul Harris DVD. I believe there's a link to a product review on that down below there. Royal Road to Card Magic has some great information on card forces. Aaron from Facebook, what your favorite method to introduce a card trick and get spectators interested without getting audience eyes rolling and going to the cliche pick a card, any card routine? I think someone who does a great job veering away from the pick a card style magic is John Armstrong. This is one of his DVDs. I believe we sell this in a 3-pack. This is really, really good material, and it's good psychology that you can apply to your magic, and it really helps you think in a different way in terms of structuring your routines so that you're not just having them pick a card, any card. I really recommend you go in and check out these DVDs because they're fantastic, and there's some really good material in them. Alexander from YouTube, cards are forbidden at my school. What do I do? Thanks. Do some money magic. Kenny from YouTube, hey Chris, I am a newish fan of your channel. I'm wondering if you do a video on something like Techniques 101 that explains some concepts that can be used to create original tricks. I actually did a weekly recap a while back on magic tricks and inventing them. I believe there's a link right underneath me right now that could take you to that video if that's something you're interested in. Illusionist787 from the Magic Geek blog, Chris, the crosscut force. What is a good way to make the spectator forget which pile is his? Thank you so much. Smiley face. The crosscut force works on time misdirection. So if you don't have good time misdirection, the trick's just not going to work. the best thing that I've found to do is to motivate that time misdirection and not just go, okay, you've cut to a card, you've done this, you've done that, and just kind of explain stuff isn't motivated at all. And I feel like it feels like filler to the audience. So something that you can do is not point out your prediction until they've cut the cards. They cut the cards, you put them in the crosscut configuration, and then you point out your prediction and talk about that. Or you know, something else that's motivated. It's just got to be motivated. That's the main thing. And then you go back to the cards, you go, let's see what you picked, and then go on with your routine. Joey from Facebook says, Chris, what are some of your favorite closers for card effects that you recommend that will make it obvious to the audience that you are done with the trick/set? We actually just got a new trick in that I think will work very well for you. This is unwritten, and it is, you've got a deck of cards and you drop it and a message is written at the end of the deck of cards, right on the edge. And it is very good, and I think that this would be a great way to close a card set. You could either have it say thank you or the end or the revelation of something and give the cards away even at the end of it. It's fantastic, and I think you should check it out, and it's a good thing for what it is that you're looking for. Ranger Ricks from YouTube, hey Chris, the shark is one of the best card tricks around and your video production for that trick is top notch. How did you come up with such an awesome trick? Well, first off, thank you very much for saying such kind words. With the shark, I was thinking about gaffed cards, and if I was going to print up gaffed cards, what they would look like, and I then kind of came up with the concept, which I can't go into details here on YouTube about, but I came up with this concept that wasn't just a printed gaffed card, it was something else entirely, and I had no idea what I was going to use it for. I came up with a basic routine, put it together, started filming the DVD, and halfway through, I think I explained it in the shark DVD, I went, you know what, this isn't the best thing I could do with this, and I came up with more and more concepts and routines that I could do with the shark. And I feel like that's what makes that routine super strong, is the fact that I didn't just stop when I had an idea, I kept going back, and I actually ended up reshooting the entire instructional DVD to give you the shark that you have today. Okay, up for grabs this week is a super random DVD pack. This is a bunch of DVDs that we had, and I thought it would be fun to give them away. Some of these are extremely good. Some of them are really, really, really good. So you want to definitely check this out. One's Card Fusion by Chris Angel, Encyclopedia of Card Slides, Daryl, that's the first one. Backs a Boy in a Bucket, that's fantastic. Eric Ross's Election, Oscar Munoz Live, and Chaotic by Kieran Johnson. All of these are fantastic. Hours and hours of magic right here in my hands. You definitely want to get your name in the running for this pack. Here's how you do it. You're going to go to Magic Geek and you're going to use the coupon code DVDPACK. That's DVDPACK, all lowercase, all one word. That's going to get you 5% off your entire order. And if your order is over $50, your name goes into the running on Friday next week. We're going to pull a name. That person is going to win the DVD pack, packed full of chocked good magic things. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. Join us next week, and I will be answering more of your questions. The questions are open, so you can ask any question you want, but I have a question for you. So please comment in the section down below what your Halloween costume is going to be. I want to hear what your Halloween plans are. So comment down below what you're going to be for Halloween, and next week I will reveal what I'm going to be for Halloween, which means I've got some decision making to do. So I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.
I like to fly.